It is the latest shakeup with Tennessee's largest school district. The Memphis-Shelby County School Board is suing the Election Commission to stop changes coming to the election dates in the new year. In the fall, the Shelby County Commission voted to realign the school board elections, which in turn will cut short the terms of 5 current board members. The lawsuit alleges the move is being used as legislative punishment after the board voted to terminate former Superintendent Dr. Marie Fagans back in January. Here to share his thoughts on the matter and other issues affecting Memphis, State Representative Mark White. Mark, welcome back to 3 at 3. Good to see you as always. How have you been doing?
Doing great. Just working up a storm.
As always, as always. Before we get into the school board suing the Election Commission, I do want to ask you about this latest information coming out about the report card from Memphis-Shelby County Schools. And apparently it seems as if progress is being made. How do you see it?
Yeah, we're always glad to see when things are moving in the right direction. That's why I stay so focused on this for our city of Memphis, because it's so important for our workforce and for the future of these young people. So moving in the right direction, we still have a long ways to go. We have a lot of figures out there. One thing I was very encouraged to see was the ready graduation rate was up about 10%. Why is this important? Is because we have 100,000 students in the Memphis-Shelby County system. That means about 8,000 are graduating every year. Our numbers are traditionally only about 1 out of 4 are really proficient in reading and in math. That means that 6,000 are coming out not ready for the workforce, while 2,000 are. So we got to keep working on this.
So, Mark, with that in mind, though, a lot of people will say, with this progress being made by Memphis-Shelby County Schools, is it enough to stop or slow down possible state intervention in 2026?
Well, that legislation, when we go back in January, we passed that last April on the last day. So that bill is sitting in the House, and there's also a bill sitting in the Senate. All we'd have to do is line them up. There are two different versions right now, so if we line them up, we'll move forward. What I'm more interested in than anything is making sure that the future of our city, we deal a lot in crime, and education is just a major factor in that. So we need to keep working on this. We'll see where it goes when we go back in January and where the members are on this.
So, Mark, what do you need to see? What do you need to hear to make you say, all right, I don't think we need to go there quite now?
Yeah. Where I think we need to do, as I've talked to a lot of people, it's the bureaucracy of the system. Like I said, either past or present school boards, past or present superintendents, sometimes bureaucracy in a decade system that's so large, $1.8 billion budget, how do you fix that? Sometimes you need a little outside intervention so you can work on the bureaucracy. Teachers work very, very hard. Let me commend the teachers, by the way, for these scores going up. They work very, very hard. So how do you change things, either in a private business bureaucracy or in a state entity like the education? How do you break down the bureaucracy so that you can make change?
Some, though, Mark, as you know better than most, will say this all goes back, though, to Marie Fagans, the former school superintendent, being fired. Is this what it's all about? And, of course, we now know Memphis-Shelby County School Board is suing the Shelby County Election Commission. How do you see all this?
Well, not with me. As far as what I'm interested in is the 100,000 students in the city of Memphis. We need to give them the same benefits of an education that they get in any other part of the state. Community of Germantown I represent, they've got some of the highest ACT scores in the state. Our inner city kids should have the same opportunities. And what are we not doing in that situation to help them? So this issue with the former school superintendent, that's out there, but not with me. I just think we have an opportunity to really work on our educational system. As far as that legislation that was proposed by Representative Tory Harris, all we're trying to do is line up the school board races with the county commission. When you have half the school board races in an off year when nobody really knows there's an election, it's hard enough to get people out to vote anyway.
So this is not about punishing the school board members, as some might say?
Absolutely not. Not from the way I see it.
What about vouchers, though? You and I have talked about this many times, and I know the governor is considering maybe even possibly expanding his voucher program. how can this really benefit potentially Memphis and Shelby County, especially some of those communities where there's not a lot of money and there's a lot of poverty?
Yeah. Well, school choice is always, we have public, private, charter, virtual, homeschooling. These are all the school choice. So I've always been for choice. What I'm really focused on now is I want to make sure whatever the choice is that we have accountability of the system. I sit on a national board called NAEP, National Assessment of Educational Progress, where we test 4th and 8th graders every 2 years in math and reading. And so I'm very concerned to make sure that we have accountability from any system. If we're going to have school choice, I want to make sure that that choice is also accountable to.
Because a lot of people will say some of those voucher programs have not really reached maybe, let's say, Frazier, Southwest Memphis, and some other areas where they would really be needed.
Right. Well, they're designed for, especially, we did the ESA years ago, or Education Savings Account, which was income restrictive. Now the Education Freedom one we did last year was half and half. So I'm really focused on making sure that those who don't have the choice, which is those that have the lower income, make sure they do have that choice.
A couple other things very quickly here. Let's talk about the National Guard. It seems as if they will likely be staying in Memphis a little bit longer. How do you see it? Is this the right move? Is this a move that's needed? Even though, as you know, there's some pushback about that as well.
Right. I'm very supportive of that. I think, like I told you earlier, we didn't get into this overnight, and the crime, we're not going to get out of it overnight. We've got to get to the point where our city leaders, or our citizens, and those, for example, University of Tennessee Health Science Center, they want to bring in students to learn to become doctors and nurses and all the things in the health trade. St. Jude wants to bring in specialists. If they're not willing to move here, we've got a problem.
One last thing, President Trump's marijuana reclassification proposal, is that the right move? I know this is on a federal level, but how it could affect us right here in Tennessee.
Right. Well, I was a little nervous when I first heard about it because I'm not a fan of opening up marijuana, but I was relieved when I watched the news conference yesterday. This doesn't affect recreational marijuana. That's still off limits, because I think it does damage to a young person. We'll see what it does, but he's really opened up the research, because there are some constructive things in marijuana as far as medical.
All right, Representative Mark White, always good to see you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Appreciate you also.
All right, thank you very much.